it's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be reacting to the Barcelona news over the past few days. A lot of stuff to cover, and this probably will be the last transfer video of the January transfer window of 2021. Looks like Barcelona aren't going to bring anyone in, and it's looking very likely that no one will leave Barcelona. Before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button. Let's try to get to 200 likes on this video. It'd be very much appreciated, and of course, hit the subscribe button, and let's get into it. Let's start off by giving you guys a quick update on the Eric Garcia situation. Now, before I get into the situation that we're in right now, I want to reiterate that we are going to be signing Eric Garcia 100%, but it looks like it's going to be in June. Firstly, coming in from Oriel from TV3 saying that Manchester City were currently demanding a $5 million fixed transfer fee for Eric Garcia, plus $5 million in variables on top of that. The only thing the player wants is to join FC Barcelona. Also, rumors were coming out from England saying that, look, Eric Garcia, his head's in Barcelona, so Manchester City want to sell him. They want to sell him now and get him, out of the way and, bring out some other youth players to take in his spot. But the problem is, as we all know, Barcelona cannot afford a transfer fee at the moment. So a meeting happened between the Barcelona board members and Tuchel the other day, and they came to a conclusion not to sign him now and to sign him in June. But Victor Font was the only presidential candidate in favor of bringing him in now. According to himself, Victor Font, Manchester City were ready to accept a deal worth $3 million plus some variables for Eric Garcia. The player is willing to give up his salary for this season to be able to join Barcelona. And also, according to Victor Font, the transfer fee of Eric Garcia to Manchester City would cost Barcelona only £230,000 for this season. So essentially, Manchester City were going to give Barcelona Eric Garcia right now for £250,000, and then they would pay the rest afterwards, and they would pay his salary later. So basically, he'd come in for £250 and just play for free. That's basically the situation that we were at. We were this close to getting him in right now. The other two presidential candidates, Juan Laporta and Tony Freya, did not agree to those terms. They said, look, we don't want to give Manchester City any single fee to a rival. We're going to wait until June to get him for absolutely free. And that was also confirmed by Rack1 the other day, saying that Barcelona management board has decided not to bring in Eric Garcia. The next board will be in charge for closing the deal for the center back from Manchester City. It's also very likely that Tuchel will now sign Eric Garcia a pre-contract agreement to sign. It looks like it's going to be all down to the next board, so they're going to have to deal with the Eric Garcia situation. Don't worry about it. He is still pretty much 100% coming to Barcelona. One of the big stories over the past 48 hours came from Todibo saying that left back, the technical secretary, as well as the presidential candidates plan to sell Junior Firpo and sign Jose Gaya as a new left back. Marcos Alonso would have been an option if Firpo left in January. This is huge coming up from Todibo because all the fans now have been crying for a new left back. Firpo doesn't cut it, as we saw in his performance against Rayo Vallecano. Wasn't that great. Jordi Alba aging. We need a left back. You can't just put all the pressure on Alejandro Balde. Of course, we still have Juan Bernat, all that sort of stuff. So MD coming out with this story was a big statement. Now, Xavi Campos also came out saying that the current sports leader, Jose Gaya, is the #1 candidate to reinforce the right flank and compete with Jordi Alba. Barcelona have already communicated their interest in Valencia. He would cost 15 million plus variables. That is ridiculously cheap for Jose Gaya's quality. Of course, we all know Valencia are in a very, very bad financial situation, just as Barcelona, and they need to sell players. Of course, they sold the likes of, Parejo, Coquelin for like a combined 5 million. They sold Rodrigo for 20 million to Leeds. They sold a lot of the big players because they needed the money. Of course, if Barcelona meet their demands of what they want to sell for the player, they will not hesitate to sell. Barcelona must take advantage of Valencia's financial situation and sign Gaya for 15 million. Currently, Gaya does not know of anything about Barcelona's interest. He wants a better contract at Valencia currently. He wants more of an ambitious project, which is impossible at the moment at Valencia. Todibo also mentioned Marcos Alonso. Yesterday came out saying that Marcos Alonso no to Barcelona. Ramon Planes would approach him in the case Junior Firpo left in January, but is not an option now. Alonso will definitely stay at Chelsea, especially after Frank Lampard's sacking and Thomas Tuchel's appointment. So with Marcos Alonso, the situation was if we were to sell Firpo, Barcelona would bring him on loan for the end of the season as an emergency signing, not to, buy him because he wasn't getting game time under Lampard. With Thomas Tuchel now coming in, they played a 3 at the back against Wolves the other day, and that wing back role is now back and open for him because at left back he isn't really that great, but at wing back he does pretty well. So now the option for Alonso has completely closed, and it looks like Firpo isn't going to leave as well. 24 hours after Todibo released these news about Marcos Alonso and Jose Gaya being on Barcelona's radar, and the news advanced, they came out again saying that apart from Jose Gaya and Alonso, another player who has been on Barcelona's agenda is Juan Bernat of PSG. His contract ends at the end of the season, and of course, Barcelona B left back Alejandro Balde is another option. Of course, there's a lot of options for Barcelona for that left back position, but I do think it is the end for Firpo at Barcelona. I do see it being sold this summer. For me, the best option on the market right now is Jose Gaya. 15 million for his quality, starting left back for Spain. Been in the Spanish league for years now. He would be an absolute steal for 15 million. Of course, I wouldn't be opposed to Juan Bernat, but of course, Juan Bernat now is coming into the prime of his career. Of course, there's a 2-year gap between Jose Gaya and Bernat, with Jose Gaya being 2 years younger. But other left back options I do think Barcelona should be looking at is, of course, Marco Correa from Getafe. La Masia, we sold them. Terrible decision by Bartomeu. And of course, Angelino from RB Leipzig. He's been doing fantastic this season. wouldn't be opposed to those two options either. Let me know down below in the comments who would you want to be Barcelona's new left back. Time now to get into the worst news over the past few days, and that is, of course, Barcelona's financial situation. Now, as we all know, the other day, Barcelona released their financial situation, their bank statements, their annual revenue, all that sort of stuff, and it revealed that currently FC Barcelona have a total debt of £1.73 billion, out of which 730 million is in the short term and is expected to be paid off soon. Working capital is a negative of 600 million. Now, some more information on this is, of course, the expenditure and the depreciation of the Arthur Melo and PSG swap deal helped the club save 186 million. Barcelona estimates that they will have a revenue of 56 million from the stadium, basing on the fact that hoping that the fans come back to the stadium in February around 25% capacity and 50% capacity by May. And of course, the wage bill is at an all-time high at 74% relative to the total income of the club. And of course, Barcelona have taken out a lot of loan, especially the one from Goldman Sachs. They owe 90 million loan and some other loans up to a total of 200 million. They say they have guarantees. And the Barcelona licensing and merchandise is acting as a guarantor for these loans, but the club says there is no guarantees. So there is a little bit of a bright light in the situation because, however, the club did generate the most revenue across all clubs in the entire Europe during the last 2 seasons. 2 seasons ago, we made 840 million, and last season we made 715. As you can see from the chart on the screen, you can see Barcelona are first, Real Madrid second, Bayern Munich are third. So Barcelona still make a lot of money, but they are in just so much debt. Also, Barcelona released their club accounts, and Barcelona owes 19 clubs a total of 126 million for outstanding payments in transfer fee. Of course, the big one that's notable is Barcelona still owe 29 million for Philippe Coutinho transfer deal. As you can see from the chart on the screen right now, you can see all the outstanding payments that Barcelona still have to pay to other clubs for transfers. And it's just ridiculous. You can see that Barcelona still owe about 16 million for Frankie de Jong. We owe about 9 million for Trincao, 9 million for Junior Firpo. We still owe 6 million for Dennis Suarez for crying out loud. We owe almost 10 million for Malcolm. We still owe Gremio 8 million for the Arthur Melo transfer deal. And we still owe Palmeiras 5 billion euros for the Mateus Fernandes deal. So in summary, the Barcelona total debt at the current moment is 1.173 billion and the short term is 602 million. So legally, Barcelona have to pay 200 million before June 30th, 2021. The administration currently are looking for a loan for 100 million to tackle the treasuring difficulties. And of course, Barcelona are not alone in this situation because, as we all know, Real Madrid are basically on the same boat. As we all know, Barcelona's debt is 1.173 billion and Real Madrid's debt is 900 million. Barcelona's net debt is 488, Real Madrid's 355. Barcelona's depreciation is 186 million and Real Madrid's is 173 million. So after hearing all that information, I want to give you guys my opinion on it real quick. Of course, this all lies in the hands of Josep Maria Bartomeu. He should be taking all the blame for this, and hopefully, I pray every single day that when the new president comes in, he sues him for every single debt, every single penny that this man has lost for this club. And over the past 24 hours, we have been receiving even more bad news from Koeman, saying that the club hasn't paid the players' salaries due to the financial crisis. After the wage cut, a part was supposed to be paid in December and another part in January, but the players and the staff haven't received the first installment yet. So when two squads agreed the wage cut, of course, they would be paid in installments, so they could be paid, let's say, for example, $10 in January, $10 in February, March, April, May, June, July. But they haven't even received the payment yet from, November. So the Barcelona players are practically playing for free at the moment. They're not making any money at the moment, and that is a shambles. And to make matters worse, there is concern in Spain over a possible third wave of COVID-19. La Liga clubs are considering the strengthening the protocols, and some clubs have even proposed a return to individual training. A lot of players have tested positive for COVID-19 recently. Now, as I'm recording this video right now, we just got some more bad news because, as we just talked about a few minutes ago, that Barcelona expect to get 56 million euros in revenue from the Camp Nou stadium because they expect to open the stadium in February about 25% capacity, then in May for 50% capacity. But now, breaking news coming in from La Liga saying that La Liga demands that the club should remove from their budget the revenue provided for in-ticketing and season ticketing, as the return for the public fans in the stadium is more and more difficult. This will now cost Barcelona the 56 million euros. So as soon as Barcelona think they have some money coming in, they get shot down straight back to earth saying, nope, we're not getting that now. And it's just an absolute shambles from top to bottom. This is why we need a new president. They had to come in, sort everything out. But some positive news is that Barcelona came out the other day. Of course, I put it on my community tab, and it was pretty much breaking news that the new date for the presidential election is March the 7th, and there will be mail-in ballots. So I don't see this date being postponed simply because, they have mail-in ballots, and there's certain dates where you have to, submit your ballots. So I don't think, so postponing it again will just make all the mail-in ballots invalid, and they'll have to make everyone come in. And again, they're not trying to make that many people come to the Camp Nou. I don't think this day will get postponed, but at the end of the day, the election should have been 5 days ago. It is an absolute shambles from two squads. Postponing. I'm so happy that Juan Laporta has come out in the press and completely dissed him, but now two squads is getting angry about that. He said that Carson Squad has lashed out at Juan Laporta's consistent criticism of the management board with a strongly worded letter asking him to stop doing so and not to excuse them. For me, Laporta, keep going, man. Sink two squads to the ground. This man has been coming out saying, oh, don't talk bad about me. I'm doing my best. I'm trying, be safe at the club. No, you're not. You're trying to stay as long as you can so you can cover up all Bartomeu's crap. We already have the numbers for the financial crisis, and he's going to keep covering up everything from Bartomeu so it doesn't look as bad, so they don't have enough evidence to sue him in the future. But at the end of the day, the sooner the elections happen and we get a new president, the better it will be for the club. Just to end off this video, I'm going to give you guys some quick updates around the Barcelona players over the past few days. First, we have an injury update on Gerard Pique. He is having good feelings in his knee and his progression is going well. He takes part and continues running in addition to gym work. There is no return date yet, but they will examine him after a month. He is unlikely to face PSG. Next up, it's Ansu Fati. Barcelona consider the recovery of Ansu Fati as very good, and there is optimism that he can play against PSG. Next update is about Samuel Umtiti, and it's coming out from Mundo Deportivo, saying that the rigorous plan that has relaunched for Samuel Umtiti, he now trains twice a day and has also changed his diet plan, which allows him to lose 3 to 4 kilograms. Mentally, he's stronger now and calm with a positive attitude. Also, Ronald Koeman has congratulated Samuel Umtiti for working well with his progression. The Dutch coach, who has met the center back in several training sessions, gave him the starting position after finding a very positive response. Quick update on Dembele's contract situation. Alfredo Martinez came out yesterday saying that Barcelona won't renew Ousmane Dembele's current contract, which ends in June 2022. So either he renews now this summer or he will be sold in the summer. The player is in no hurry at the moment but wants to continue. This next one is quite a big one, and it came out while I was editing the video, so I decided, just put a quick voiceover instead of, not including it at all, because I know a lot of you guys love Todibo and want to come back to Barcelona. Currently, he's on loan at Benfica and isn't doing too well there. He's only played, a handful of minutes. Right now, coming in from Demarcio, who was very, very reliable, saying that the French club needs are in very advanced talks with Barcelona to sign Jean-Claire Todibo, which basically means that his loan deal at Benfica would be cancelled and he would go straight on loan to Nice. So for me, this gives us huge indications that he could be coming back in the summer, because as we all know, Benfica had, a buy option and they were going to activate it, but now he's not doing too well there. Apparently has a huge attitude problem, and his agent even came out and talked about that. But right now, it looks like Todibo may be going on loan to Nice. It's not 100% a done deal yet, but it's looking like it may happen. Then that means that he will return to Barcelona in the summer instead of next year. So maybe we could see him under Koeman in the summer. Maybe Koeman will give him a chance in the first team before maybe he decides to sell him or not. But right now, Todibo to Nice is looking very, very likely. Final story is coming out from TV3 saying that Lionel Messi is happy now at the club because he sees that the team is growing and progressing and that he can do some things with the De Jong and Pedri connection. So that's my reaction to the Barcelona news over the past few days. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you leave a like. Let me know your thoughts down below on Eric Garcia situation. Which left back would you pick? Barcelona's financial crisis, Dembele's contract, and now Messi being happy at the club. And make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for the match preview between Barcelona and Athletic Club in the league. Gonna be a huge game. So see you guys tomorrow. Take care and Forza Barca.